Good day, fellow investors. I often get asked what are the sources for my research. And in this video, I want to discuss one of those sources, and that is Seeking Alpha, the investment open community of the world for stock analysis. So we'll make a review of Seeking Alpha. I'll give you the pros and cons, but before we start, just a disclaimer, I have been a contributor there since 2015, so I think I understand the pros and cons. Didn't write lately that much, but I have accumulated some following there. And given that I am making a promotion there, and then you can see whether it is for you or not, I have also asked them to give me a discount link if you want to join. So I think it's $239 per year if you want to check Seeking Alpha. If you click on my link in the description below, it is only $99. So a significant discount for the first year if you want to check it out. Let's now make a review of what Seeking Alpha is, how I use it, and the pros and cons of going there for investment ideas and information. We as analysts and researchers can share our research here. The titles, the trending analysis, there also have news, and you can search per share whatever you are interested in. And then if you go there, you get the summary, you get the ratings, but most importantly, you get all the analysis that various people from around the world have written with their indication of what is a hold, what is a buy. No sells for Apple. I should write and tell it is a sell. I could write that just for fun this weekend. So that is something that I would be the only red one. Here, Wall Street gives it a buy. More importantly than this, you have all the financials, so income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, nicely 10 years in the past, and you can really check how that developed. You have a graph if you want it. So a lot of information, and this is among the features that I find most valuable because I can simply check quickly in one place how it developed over 10 years. I used Morningstar, but they don't have it so nice anymore. So I also switched for these financial statements to Seeking Alpha. There are the earnings, you have earnings estimates. This is very nice because it shows, okay, what is Wall Street pricing in? So they are pricing stable earnings for this year and then continuous growth forever like a fairy tale. So this is what's priced into the stock. We'll discuss in a video this weekend exactly Apple, and then you'll see my different view on that. But you have valuation, profitability, momentum, how it is going with the stock price. Some of this is totally irrelevant, especially from a value investing perspective. Some of it is good. Then also what I use really often is this. If you want to know a company, it's always good to listen or to at least read the earnings call transcript. Apple doesn't give presentations, but all the other tickers have also presentations alongside the earnings call transcript. So if you can't listen, you can always go back also in history and read what were they saying then and how the thesis developed, whether the management is good or not. And I find this very valuable. Filings, press releases, analysis, etc. etc. There is so much more from comments, from reading, but let me show you how I use it. I already told you, okay, the financial statements, those are pretty good, pretty detailed, good data, especially on the bigger companies, and Seeking Alpha is mostly focused on US traded companies. Of course, the US is the biggest market for investment products in general, and therefore, if you focus on that, you make the most money, of course. But what I focus on when I go there is to get information. Because if we go for another company, let's say Intel, then you have here all the articles, and What I do when I analyze, especially when I analyze a new company or something, or just want to understand what the market is thinking, I read 20 articles there. And then when you read all those 20 articles there, then and only then you can understand what is priced in by the market. You see the bull and the bear thesis, and that is really a great source of information. Sometimes also in the comments you can find good information because it shows you what the market thinks, and you can see here some think it as a buy, some as a sell, some as a hold. So it is never straightforward, but then you can see what is priced in and how that fits you. So for information, I think it is a great source, especially for US oriented investors. Europe is a little bit less covered, pretty much less covered. So that's also my focus on my research platform. I go deeper into the smaller caps, the medium caps, because also think at the incentives of who is writing there. So now we are slowly switching towards the cons. The more famous the ticker is, the more you follow a story, the more you are in line with what the market thinks, the more clicks you get, and you get paid by clicks, of course. That's how they make money, plus the yearly subscription. But that is, again, a con because always, as Charlie Munger says, think of the incentive of that one presenting the information. So you have to be very, very careful there. Then, of course, this is just the base subscription that I give you a discount, but they will then try to upsell you with the other better offers, stock picks, following people, etc., etc. You have to see whether that gives value to you or not. I don't know much about you, so you have to see. I'm not subscribed to anything for now because I like to research my own information and get this information that is publicly available through all these articles. And then also something that it's important to discuss, here are the editorial guidelines so that you understand what kind of articles will there be. And then security sector fund or team, and this is the most important thing, that is actionable for investors. Nobody wants to read about things that you can act on immediately, and then again, US-based investors. And this is the incentive to make something, oh, we can do that now. People want that, and Seeking Alpha is logically catering to that. You won't find unactionable articles that many because that simply doesn't work and it's not something people look for. Keep in mind, this is made for the masses of investors and not for individual value investors, let's say. So the other con is there might be too much information on some companies, so you really need to know, to be a researcher, to sift through that information and get the information you need. It takes a lot of time to read 20 articles, 30, 40 articles on some companies, follow something, and you must be very careful not to develop a bias when you are reading and stay rational and really get the value from it. So that's my message always. If you go there, try to get the value and not the bias. So I already said there is the US focus, which is unfortunate for global investors, but of course it doesn't pay to talk about some obscure European small cap because you will get 200 clicks. And if I talk about Berkshire, some of those articles got read more than 100,000 times. You can also follow a portfolio, create a portfolio, get news on those changes there, even link a brokerage account likely in the US. So a lot of interesting things there to follow, top rated stocks, editor picks. You can spend a lot of time researching there. I don't know whether it will give you value. You can always check it out. I know I can give you a discount. Now it's for a few weeks, it will be 99. Then later, I think it will go to 119 or something. Now there is this action. So see how it fits you. It is something that, yes, I do use, I do write there, I do share, learn, and that's something that maybe someone that invests in stocks is always good to have as one of the many tools we use. I'll discuss more in the future, so I hope you find this valuable. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.